Today I'm going to explain to you how to solve quadratic simultaneous equations. So in this question, as you can see, there are two equations given to us. The first one is a quadratic equation because the maximum power of x in this equation is 2. The second equation is our linear equation. Now how you solve it is, you always rearrange the second equation, the linear equation, to make either y or x the subject. In this case, I'm going to make y the subject of the equation, so that's going to become y equals 3 plus x. Now whether I write 3 plus x or I write x plus 3, it's going to give me the same answer because addition is commutative. So next step is write the first equation, quadratic equation again, x squared plus y squared equals 29. Substitute the value of y into this. So x squared plus, instead of y squared, I'm going to write x plus 3 squared because we already know that y equals x plus 3 equals 29. Now we will expand the brackets. So x squared plus x plus 3 squared means x plus 3 times x plus 3 equals 29 as it is. This will become x squared plus 3x plus 9 equals 29. Now we will collect the like terms. So that's going to become x squared plus x squared is 2x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 29 equals a 0. 2x squared plus 6x minus 20 equals a 0 because plus 9 minus 29 is minus 20. At this point you can see that 2 is a common factor for all these numbers, so I'm going to divide the whole equation by a 2. So this will become divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2. Now I will have x squared plus 3x because that's a 1, that's a 3, and that's a 10. Minus 10 equals a 0. So that's my new quadratic equation. You can just quadratically factorize it. So you write x there in two brackets, plus 5 minus 2. Now let me tell you one thing about factorization. When you have a quadratic equation, you need to arrange the factors in such a way that if you multiply these two numbers, you should get minus 10. And if you add these two numbers, you should get a plus 3. So I've got those two factors. Now what I'm going to do is I will solve them separately. So I'll have x plus 5 equals a 0, x minus 2 equals a 0, x equals minus 5, x equals plus 2. We've got our values of x, but I still need to work out the value of y. So I'm going to write those two equations, my linear equations. Y equals x plus 3, y equals x plus 3. So for now, I'm going to have y equals minus 5 plus 3. Y equals minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2. We'll do the same thing, but in this case, we're going to insert the value of 2. So y equals, instead of x, 2 plus 3, y will be equal to 5. So now we've got our two values of x's and our two values of y. I hope you've understood this. Let's solve another question based on the similar concept, which is quadratic simultaneous equations. So in this question, you can see I don't have to rearrange my second equation, the linear equation. Why? Because it's already y is already the subject. So I'll write down x squared plus y squared equals 25. X squared plus, instead of y squared, I'll write x minus 7 squared equals 25. X squared plus, let's expand the bracket, equals 25. X minus 7 equals 25. X squared plus x squared minus 7x plus 49 equals 25. Let's collect the like terms. So x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. Minus 7x is minus 14x. Plus 49 minus 25 is another thing that we need to solve. So 2x squared minus 14x plus 49 minus 25 gives me plus 9 take away 5 is 4. 4 take away 2 is 24 equals 0. Again, like we did in the previous question, 2 is a common factor, so what I'm going to do is I will divide the whole equation by 2. So that's going to become over 2 over 2 over 2. Let's cancel it. How many 2 is going to 2? 1. 2 is going to 14 7 times, and how many 2 is going to 24? 12. So my new equation that I need to solve is x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals 0. We've got our quadratic equation, so I'm going to quadratically factorize it. You've got x squared, so I'll put 1x in the first bracket, another x in the second bracket. Now again, we'll find two numbers that multiply to give us plus 12, and the same two numbers, if we add them, somehow we need to get a minus 7. So my factors are going to be minus 4 minus 3. Minus 4 times minus 3 gives me plus 12. Minus 4 minus 3 gives me minus 7. So now once you get to this point, I've told you always solve them to get the values of x's. X minus 4 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0, x equals plus 4, x equals plus 3. So we've got our two values of x's. Now, using these two values, we need to work out the value of y. So y equals x minus 7, y equals x minus 7. Y will be equal to, let's insert the value of 4 into this, 4 minus 7, y equals minus 3, y equals 3 minus 7, y equals minus 4. So the two values of x that I've got are plus 4 and 3, and y is going to be minus 3 and minus 4. I hope you've understood this.